Letter 55 of Letters from Egypt by Lady Lucie Duff-Gordon. Read for LibriVox.org into the public domain. To Mrs. Austen, Luxor, March 13, 1865. Dearest Mother, I hope your mind has not been disturbed by any rumours of battle, murder, and sudden death up in our part of the world. A week ago we heard that a Prussian boat had been attacked, all on board murdered, and the boat burned; then that 10 villages were in open revolt, and that Effendina, the Viceroy, himself had come up and taken a broom and swept them clean, i.e. exterminated the inhabitants. The truth now appears to be that a crazy darweesh has made a disturbance, but I will tell it as I heard it. He did as his father likewise did 30 years ago, and made himself ism name by repeating one of the appellations of God, like Ya Latif 3,000 times every night for 3 years, which rendered him invulnerable. He then made friends with the Jinn who taught him many more tricks, among others that practised in England by the Davenports of slipping out of any bonds. He then deluded the people of the desert by giving himself out as El Mahdi, he who is to come with the Lord Jesus and to slay Antichrist at the end of the world, and proclaimed a revolt against the Turks. 3 villages below Keneh, Gau, Rania, and Beda took part in the disturbance, and Fadel Pasha came up with steamboats, burnt the villages, shot about 100 men and devastated the fields. At first we heard 1,000 were shot, now it is 100. The women and children will be distributed among other villages. The darweesh, some say, is killed, others say that he has gone off into the desert with a body of Bedaween and a few of the fellaheen from the 3 ravaged villages. Gau is a large place, as large, I think, as Luxor. The darweesh is a native of Salamieh, a village close by here, and yesterday his brother, a very quiet man, and his father's father-in-law, old Haji Sultan, were carried off prisoners to Cairo or Keneh, we don't know which. It seems that the boat robbed belonged to Greek traders, but no one was hurt, I believe, and no European boat has been molested. Baron Kevenbrink was here yesterday with his wife, and they saw all the sacking of the villages and said no resistance was offered by the people whom the soldiers shot down as they ran, and they saw the sheep, etc., being driven off by the soldiers. You need be in no alarm about me. The darweesh and his followers could not pounce on us, as we are a good 8 miles from the desert, i.e. the mountain, so we must have timely notice, and we have arranged that if they appear in the neighbourhood, the women and children of the outlying huts should come into my house, which is a regular fortress, and also any travellers in boats, and we muster little short of 700 able to fight including Karnak. Moreover, Fadel Pasha and the troops are at Keneh only 40 miles off. 3 English boats went down river today and 1 came up. The Kevenbrinks went up last night. I dined with them, she is very lively and pleasant. I nearly died of laughing to-day when little Achmet came for his lesson. He pronounced that he was sick of love for her. He played at cards with her yesterday afternoon and it seems lost his heart. He is 12 and quite a boyish boy, though a very clever one, and he said he was wishing to play a game for a kiss at the stake. He had put on a turban to-day, on the strength of his passion, to look like a man, and had neglected his dress otherwise, because when young men are sick of love they always do. The fact is the Baroness was kind and amiable and tried to amuse him as she would have done to a white boy, hence Achmet's susceptible heart was on fire for her. He also asked me if I had any medicine to make him white, I suppose to look lovely in her eyes. He little knows how very pretty he is with his brown face, as he sits cross-legged on the carpet at my feet in his white turban and blue shirt, reading aloud. He was quite a picture. I have grown very fond of the little fellow. He is so eager to learn and to improve, and so remarkably clever. My little Achmet, who is donkey boy and general little slave, the smallest, slenderest, quietest little creature, has implored me to take him with me to England. I wish Rainie could see him, she would be so apprised at his dark brown little face, so fine, and with eyes like a dormouse. He is a true little Arab, can run all day in the heat, sleeps on the stones and eats anything, quick, gentle, and noiseless, and fiercely jealous. If I speak to any other boy he rushes at him and drives him away, and while Black Khayr was in the house he suffered martyrdom and the kitchen was a scene of incessant wrangle about the coffee. Khayr would bring me my coffee and Achmet resented the usurpation of his functions, of course quite hopelessly, as Khayr was a great stout black of 18 and poor little Achmet not bigger than Rainie. I am really tempted to adopt the vigilant active little creature. March 15th. Sheykh Yussuf returned from a visit to Salima last night. He tells me the darweesh Achmet el Tayyib is not dead. He believes that he is a mad fanatic and a communist. He wants to divide all properly equally and to kill all the ulema and destroy all theological teachings by learned men and to preach a sort of revelation or interpretation of the Koran of his own. He would break up your pretty clock, said Yussuf, and give every man a broken wheel out of it, and so with all things. One of the dragomans here had been urging me to go down, but Yussuf laughed at any idea of danger. He says the people here have fought the Bedouin before and will not be attacked by such a handful as are out in the mountain now. Du reste the Abu el Hajjaji, family of Abu el Hajjaj, will put their seal to it that I am their sister, and answer for me with a man's life. It would be foolish to go down into whatever disturbance there may be alone in a small country boat, and where I am not known. The Pasha himself we hear is at Girgeh with steamboats and soldiers, and if the slightest fear should arise steamers will be sent up to fetch all the Europeans. What I grieve over is the poor villagers whose little property is all confiscated, guilty and innocent alike, and many shot as they ran away. Haji Ali tells me privately that he believes the discontent against the government is very deep and universal and that there will be an outbreak, but not yet. The Pasha's attempt to regulate the price of food by edicts has been very disastrous, and of course the present famine prices are laid to his charge. If a man will be omnipotent he must take the consequences when he fails. I don't believe in an outbreak. I think the people are too thoroughly accustomed to suffer and to obey. Besides, they have no means of communication, and the steamboats can run up and down and destroy them en detail in a country which is 800 miles long by from 1 to 8 wide and thinly peopled. Only Cairo could do anything, and everything is done to please the Cairenes at the expense of the Fellaheen. The great heat has begun these last 3 days. My cough is better and I am grown fatter again. The Nile is so low now that I fancy that 6 weeks or 2 months hence I shall have to go down in 2 little boats. Even now the dahabiyehs keep sticking fast continually. I have promised some neighbours to bring back a little seed corn for them, some of the best English wheat without beard. All the wheat here is bearded and they have an ambition for some of ours. I long to bring them wheelbarrows and spades and pickaxes. The great folks get steam ploughs, but the labourers work with their bare hands and a rush basket, pour tout potage, and it takes 6 to do the work of 1 who has got good tools. End of letter 55. Read by Sabella Denton. All LibriVox files are in the public domain. For more information, please visit LibriVox.org.